Jeannie and I first came to this church a little over 31 years ago. We weren't paying tithe at that time. Almost immediately, Pastor Mike preached a sermon on stewardship that convicted me. At that time, I was working in a local hospital in emergency rooms, and I got paid once a month. So the next month I got paid, I wrote a check for exactly 10%. I remember the check was $900. As the offering plate came back that Sabbath, we sat kind of toward the back, and the devil and Jesus fought over that check. And the devil kept saying, "You could make payments on a nice rental house with that." And Jesus said, "Just put the money in the plate." So when the offering plate came by and I dropped the tithe offering in there, a weight went off my chest that I didn't even know was there. And God was introducing me to the joy of giving. We did that for 9 or 10 years, tithe plus 10%. We rapidly added another 10%. And during that time, there'd be times we'd do a little extra. We paid $500 for the first timpani drum for the band in one year. We paid for vacation Bible school, and we helped the kids with the tuition and some things like that. But about 9 years later, my friend Howard Scoggins walked into my office. He was on leave from Russia for the publishing work, and he was trying to raise money to buy a press for Russia. After we talked a while and he told me what he was doing, I said, "Howard, how soon do you have to have the money?" He said, "I have 6 months. I said, "I'll give you $5,000 now and another $5,000 in 6 months. He said, "Tom, I didn't come to ask you for any money, just came to catch up." I said, "Well, I want to do this." So we wrote him a check for $5,000. The next week, my office manager came in and says, "Guess what, Dr. Klinner? We got a bonus from TennCare." I'd never gotten a bonus from an insurance company before. I said, "How much was it?" She said, $5,200. So the 6 months goes by, we send the other check. The next week, my office manager comes by and says, "Guess what, Dr. Klinner? We got a second bonus from TennCare." I said, "Oh, how much was it?" She said, $5,300. Very shortly after this, I overheard the chairman of the school board telling somebody that they had just put carpet in the halls of the school, but the whole school needed carpeting. So I asked him, I said, "How much would it cost to do the whole school?" So he called me back in a few days. He said, $3,600. I said, "Okay, you order the carpet, I'll pay for it." So he comes back the next week and says, "Tom, we think we're going to get that carpet for free, so we're not going to need your help." Well, within a week or two after that, my son comes home from school and he's complaining about how slow the computers are in the computer lab. So I called the IT guy. I said, "How much would it cost to get those computers up to a good speed?" So he calls me back in a few days. He says, $3,600. I said, "Okay, order the parts when I'll pay for them." So we kind of got carried away with the computer lab and we spent $6,000. The Sabbath we put the $6,000 in the offering plate. The chairman of the school board came and said, "Tom, we're not going to get that carpet after all. And we can't get that carpet anymore. If we do it, it's going to cost $6,000. So on the way home from church, I explained the situation to Jeannie, and she immediately said, "You can't outgive God." So we gave the other $6,000, and the next week, my office manager came and said, "Guess what, Dr. Klinner? We got a third bonus from TennCare." I said, "How much was it?" She said, $12,500. God is faithful. He promised us that He was going to open the storehouses of heaven. We have a building project that's going on here in our church, and I'm anxious to see how God is going to support us as we go through and build that building.